Hi guys, it's Floz and this is Floz's Corner where I talk about mostly cross stitch, but sometimes I might also show you other things that I enjoy doing. As you can see in today's video, I'll be doing a chatty stitch with me video, and if you are going to grab something and stitch with me, then keep watching. This is the third time lucky to start this video, and I think this is the third time I'm going to say I will stitch and talk at the same time. Because the previous two times, the first one, it was interrupted by Rexy walking into the cinema, and second time was interrupted by Rocket walking into the cinema doing random stuff that made a lot of noise, and third time, we're just doing it. And most likely you're going to hear Rex panting because it is a bit stale tonight. And we closed all the windows for this video because otherwise you could definitely hear a lot of cars going past. We live in, I guess, in the suburbs in Melbourne, so we don't have huge blocks that make your houses really far away from the road. But yeah, we just gotta work with this. And for those people who haven't watched me for a while, you might have not seen this project much at all. This is my one and only Artecy full coverage chart called Spring Will Come. And the stitch count is 211 by 300, and I think I haven't taken this out for, I want to say, like getting to a year or something. So yeah, it was put away this whole time, and I finally took it out and I stitched on it yesterday. And can I just say, getting this set up sorted again yesterday was such a journey. Anyway, so we're just going to stitch on this one and hopefully a bit of blue and a bit of white and talk. And I've also got JP to join us again this time to fill in the quiet periods when I'm focusing on something.
Yeah, I'm here.
And he is stitching in the study.
Because the cinema has quite poor lighting. Yeah,
I've got this, I think, light I got from Aldi, and it's doing a pretty good job. More about this project. So right now, I am at 11.6%. Yesterday when I started, it was at 10.4. So I have done some progress, that's for sure. And I'm happy to report that now I have fully finished 2 pages. So these are the 2 pages. So up here. And I'm just working on this page. But the actual page is beyond the, I guess, the area that's exposed for me to work on. So I will just work on maybe this bit. I guess the benefit is I could stitch on the blue and stitch on the white. I think I've said that already. What to say? So the reason why I decided to do a stitch with me randomly is not purely selfless. I have made a YouTube community post about the fact that we have upgraded our tech equipment for editing. So that's what we did yesterday. And JP was a happy boy.
I haven't bought a computer, like a computer, for many years. Just laptops. It was quite nice.
Yeah, so we've been just using laptops to, you know, do everything. Edit, thumbnails and whatever. And I think we're finally at a stage where the equipment's getting too old, and also the knees are, I guess, outgrown whatever the laptop can do. Because when I edited, the video in Premiere Pro just looked so choppy, and every time I was just worried that after all the editing, all the effort, it was gonna, getting exported and looking like that. But nah, it's literally because there's not enough RAM, was it?
Yeah, it's a problem of just not enough RAM, or laptops don't actually have a dedicated graphics card. They just have an integrated one. Both of those make it pretty limited, and I think it's also because as our phones all evolve, the baseline camera produces such big video files in terms of resolution. It's just, it's kind of outpaced the computer. It could not catch up.
So anyway, we have been talking about getting a new PC for a while. So from last year at some point, we decided it was going to be this year, but wasn't sure when it would be, because it wasn't going to be cheap.
And not if you want an upgrade.
No, but also my philosophy is if you decide to get an upgrade, you might as well upgrade it to a point where you're not going to suddenly want to change anything in like 6 months. Otherwise, why going through all the effort of, looking for things and paying and setting everything up? It's just, and all the research, You might as well just enjoy it a bit longer, making sure what you get is good for, a year or even longer if you can. So yeah, we didn't get the cheapest ones.
Well, the kind of store we were going to, they don't specialize in the cheapest ones. They specialize in good ones.
No, and it seems like the salespeople all know what they're talking about, because they will ask you what you want to use the PC for. Clearly, if you want it for gaming, they would probably, I guess, recommend you things that are more expensive, because gamers, they not only need very fancy functions, some of them also want really cool aesthetics. Whereas for us, it's not as important. Well, I mean, it would be, JP,
Was that bad?
I don't know. I'm saying because JP was being quiet, so I ended up looking up, and he was struggling with some threads, and I just sounded like some threads snapped.
It's okay. It's only a little bit over the ends. It was not behaving.
It was not, or it was.
It was a knot. But now that knot is no more.
No. That's not good.
No, that's all resolved.
So yeah, anyway, I tend to drag on. So because we had this equipment upgrade, and JP had a little gaming session of Warframe last night.
Total War.
Oh, sorry. Total War.
Look at that. She's just like, whatever war game. War.
Well.
But I have played Warframe, actually. So yes, she's not far off.
Total War, and was super impressed at how everything looked and processed and how fast it was and smooth. So he was encouraging me to do a video and experience the editing difference afterwards. So here I am doing a video, and hopefully I can do some editing after this. And I also hope this video is not gonna be, the usual an hour and something long. I was saying it tends to be that long because I feel like I can never get enough information across in a short period of time, just because I don't talk very fast, and also, you know, I'm kind of focused on stitching.
Which you should be.
Well, yeah, but you know, some Stitch With Me's can be so engaging, and then the person can also stitch really fast. I don't know how they do it, but clearly I don't have that brain capacity.
Well, you just gotta practice.
I suppose. I just can't talk very fast, and my brain also cannot keep up.
Yeah, we'll work on it.
So, and I also realized, I haven't even told you, this project is stitched on 16 count Aida, and clearly 2/1. And in terms of the setup, I have made multiple videos, but the frame is quantum frame, and I think it's the 60 centimeters one, and I use the stretcher bars. Not sure whether this metal stretcher thing is showing in the video. I will link everything down in the description box, and the videos about the setup were actually made on the old channel where I used to share with JP, and now it's just completely his channel now. And by the way, it has reached 1,000 subscribers, so good on him.
Yeah. 1,000 Kings of War subscribers, and maybe a couple leftover stitches.
I just couldn't be bothered unsubscribing. So yeah, it's well, I'm also looking forward to getting there one day. But no pressure. I'll just keep doing what I do, and if you like it, you subscribe. If you don't, it's fine. No obligations. And let's hope this one's not as bad as the previous Stitch With Me, where I literally frog half of the time.
You were not happy?
No. And I don't think as a video it was very satisfying to watch either. But
what do people say? Comment?
No,
less frogging, please.
No one really says that. Because frogging sucks.
What, the frog?
What the frog?
Don't you have a friend who doesn't mind frogging?
Yes, but
that's interesting talent.
Yeah, you definitely need pretty strong mental ability to be okay with frogging.
I haven't had to frog that many times, but every time, oh my gosh.
It's quite. I mean, for me, it's already slow to make progress, and then I have to de-progress that progress. It's very frustrating.
Well, you're just kind of destroying some art. Even when I'm painting miniatures badly, I can paint over it. I never feel like I actually have to really work backwards. I can always say, oh well, at least that paint on there, those colors might be useful for the next thing, but you can't leave any thread. You have to take it all off. So I found it quite crushing in comparison. Anyway, that's my say. Frina, what's our next topic?
I think maybe we'll talk a little bit about self-care.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it sounds a bit silly, but essentially, I guess the rationale is a lot of us have, a big stash of cross-stitch related things, may it be charts, kits, whatever, that I think stitchers always say, oh, I have enough to last me like 5 lifetimes or whatever. But jokes aside, you should take care of yourself in a way, physically and mentally, to make sure you can enjoy this hobby for as long as possible to actually make a dent into that collection. But I feel like a lot of people don't really think about it that way. Because I tend to talk to Laura from I Stitch Birds, like, you know, just randomly. And obviously she will talk a lot about like cross stitch or whatever, and she'll always send things and be like, oh, I think you should stitch this, I think you should buy this, I think you should blah blah blah. But yeah, I also keep telling her, you know, you should really do this and this because it's good for your health, and don't you want to, you know, look after yourself, make sure you can live a long time so you can get through your collection. And it's the same for all the stitches out there too. You know, you gotta eat healthy, do some exercise.
Yeah. No, you're doing pretty good lately.
Well, yeah, lately I have really been trying. I mean, we always try to have a bit more diverse diet, whatever that means to you, I guess. So JP tends to cook a lot on the weekdays, because, you know, you need lunch. If you don't want takeaways, if you don't want the ingredients that you know nothing about, you don't know how much oil they put in the takeaways, you gotta cook. Otherwise, you just eat sandwich that doesn't really have that much nutrition. You could make like the most amazing sandwich, but still, like, how much stuff can be in there?
You fighting people's sandwich?
Sort of. Fighting words, huh?
Fighting words. People love sandwiches.
I know. Because I stayed in homestay for 8 months, and the first 6 months, every lunch was sandwich. Until the last few months, I was getting a bit sick of it, and I said, can I just have the, you know, dinner leftovers instead? And that was alright.
Oh, so you actually have been forced to eat sandwiches.
Yes. And that's, well, so pretty much the homestay I had.
What's a homestay, for people that don't know?
Really?
Why would people who don't have to have one?
I don't know. I thought it's like a well-known knowledge.
What's a homestay, just in case?
I don't know the proper definition, but pretty much it's just a family that decides to give one of their rooms out to a student or an adult that needs a family. And it can be just almost like landlord and renters, but if the person is not an adult, like underage, then the homestay will also provide food. I think it's compulsory though, to provide food. So pretty much you're opening your doors to someone most likely international, and you're supposed to give them a safe space, look after them, I guess, in different ways. And yeah, my lunch was a sandwich. Oh, you broke my train of thoughts. So the homestay family, just the family itself, has 3 sons. And one of them, I think, does running. Well, did running. He's like probably married now or whatever. So he had to eat a lot. And aside from having me, they also have another high school student. So 5 kids. And you have to prepare lunch for 5 people. So every night, it's almost like a sandwich factory in the fact that you have about 10 sandwiches to make. I think the oldest son that did sports needed like 4 or something. So it's probably just like ham, salami. I don't remember. Oh, maybe sometimes it had lettuce.
No tomato?
Don't think so.
Yeah, it can make it
Sometimes
soggy.
I think it had egg. So they have that egg slicer
Oh, yeah.
kind of thing.
It's a boiled egg.
To be honest, before this, I never saw an egg slicer. I didn't even know that existed. And I also didn't know there was an egg cup thing, which I really hated.
She gets quite passionate about the egg cup. She thinks it's very silly.
Yeah. Respectfully, the egg cup is the whitest thing I've ever seen.
It is. Well, now I know how. Well, I guess how to eat a boiled egg.
Because the first time I saw that cup, I thought it was like a shot glass or something. So now every time JP saw one, he would just point at it and smirk.
Yes, I know. Get on her nerves. Look, it's an egg cup for tapping it, and you tap your spoon on top of the egg.
Ding, 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 ding.
Exactly, the cracker. So then you can scoop it out inefficiently.
That's just wowee. Yeah, I think I have mentioned in some videos already that I was, trying to do some exercise. Technically to lose weight, but I mean at the same time it's like a healthy thing to do as well. So last week I decided I need more specific instruction because I'm better at following I guess more specific rule than just very roughly say, oh, I want to do exercise.
Do it when you feel like it.
Yeah, because then nothing really says, okay, I have to do this like on this night or whatever. So I've decided minimum I need to do a 10-minute ab at night. So if I don't feel like doing anything, it's 10-minute abs. And I pretty much have been doing it from Tuesday, haven't I?
Yeah, almost a week.
And every night, at least it's an ab for 10 minutes. I think I did one, what is it, high intensity? What's a HIIT?
High intensity interval training.
Interval training. So I did one HIIT, 10-minute HIIT workout, supposedly low impact, whatever that means. And my arm hurt for like 2 days. Arm and shoulder. Anyway, and on Saturday, JP and I went for a low impact run, as you would call it. It's literally just a, I don't know, little jog with a dog in the morning. Oh my god, it's a struggle. And I didn't go very far, but in terms of the journey for the dogs, it was really fun because, they get to go places they don't normally get to go because we were running half of the time, so
Covers a lot of distance.
yeah, that journey normally would take 1 hour. I think it took us 25 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
We walked to a very nice neighbourhood that's quite a distance from us. It takes about 20 minutes just to get there.
Yeah, we call it a fancy street because all the houses in that street were pretty big.
Pretty fancy.
Generally, like in Melbourne, if your block of land is over even over 500 these days, I guess you would say the block is quite sizable. And that's, I guess, the standard maybe 10 years ago. now if you are looking at new houses, like newly built, some of their lands are like not even 400 square meters. I don't know what that is in squares because, you know, get with the program. But these fancy streets houses are like 2,000 to 4,000 square meters land. So they have a huge proper front yard. It could be just full of grass, but a lot of them were properly landscaped. And they could also have a very, very nice backyard that we cannot see. But every house is like 3 houses size. So it's a very, very nice street. And it tends to be quiet because you don't have as many people living there. Oh, I'm trying to get to the ottoman. Come on. So I have somewhere to put my feet. But yeah, we went there. The dogs loved it. And afterwards, they were so pooped.
They were pooped.
And I was also pooped. But I kind of, I mean, I'm hoping, I don't know whether this would happen. I'm hoping to do that like twice a week. So once during the week and then once on the weekend.
See how we go.
Yeah, I think the week will be tough. So we got up 7 o'clock on a Saturday and don't know, I didn't feel too bad. I think my body was doing okay. And I'm just looking for a color. And obviously I didn't run very far because I'm definitely not a runner. But not too shabby. Think?
Well, you said yourself you felt like you ran further than you normally do.
I think
in
so.
any given interval. Because we did it in intervals, you know. Run to that tree, run to that street. 500 meters, maybe 700 a time.
Oh, hello. Rexy was looking at me. And yeah, that was pretty good. And tonight after this video, I'll have to do my minimum abs again because my legs are dead. Especially the like thigh area. My God, I couldn't walk like a normal person today. So I guess that's like a good result. That means I did push myself and my body was complaining about it.
Yeah, it will adapt.
Hopefully.
Well, yeah, that's the idea. It should be getting progressively easier.
That's what it is. So, just yeah, for you guys, not to make you lose weight or anything, but you know, exercise is quite important, especially for like cardiovascular system, and coupled with more veggies, more fiber in your life, who knows? Maybe you could extend your life expectancy by quite a few years.
To stitch more, huh?
Yeah, to stitch more, like at least 5 more projects, you know? That should be...
Life extended by 5 projects.
That should be a motivator.
Well, I mean, whatever works.
Yeah. And if you are taking medications, if you've already got certain problems...
She's a pharmacist, so she has to say this.
Listen to what the doctors say. Don't just shrug it off when the doctor mentioned lifestyle changes. They are supposed to be the fundamental things you need to do. Drugs are just on the side. The drugs should come in when lifestyle changes don't do as much as, you know, you'd hope. Then they help you to go to that further mile, rather than people just relying on drugs to do God's work, to do wonders, miracle. That's not how it works, you know? I think a lot of people don't think about it this way because maybe right now they feel okay, nothing's really wrong. But a lot of the time, when you do feel something, it's too late. And I'm saying this, well, I also think about, you know, like life expectancies and stuff because I already have problems that I can't do anything about, technically, because they're there. My kidneys one day will shut down, and that's inevitably what will happen in the end. May it be what kills me in the end or not, because I have polycystic kidneys. So now the thing is how I can extend it, what I can do to, I guess, make that happen later and later. So I gotta think about, you know, maybe not drink too much caffeine, which may or may not speed up the cyst growth. Also, hopefully, I don't get hypertension very early on because I'm more prone to having blood pressure problems with, you know, screwed up kidneys.
Stop drinking all the beers?
Lucky I don't drink beers.
She's just saying that. She's got a can of beer right now.
Sure, yes. I smell like horse piss.
Exactly.
And yeah, just pay attention to nutrition. And we have changed. We have tried to eat more veggies, and I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that as well. Just don't, I guess the point is, don't try to follow, you know, so-and-so did this, and I have to do exactly what they do, because everyone's lifestyle is different. But try to improve upon what you're doing now, just bit by bit. And I'm sure it will make a difference. And what do you think, Doctor?
Hmm?
Do you have anything to say?
About myself or you?
I don't know. Your general, like, self-care?
Oh, I think...
Because you think about your health a lot. You bloody working out every day, almost.
Oh, well, that's kind of beyond just trying to be healthy. It's trying to improve things. Like, you know, leg strength and back strength. I'm trying to make sure I'm still functional and able to do things in older age. Because that's what I'm scared of. I'm scared of just not being able to do anything. I don't want to get old and not be able to move around.
That's true. I mean, we always say, like, you know, I'll wait until I retire and do all these things. But imagine when you retire, you're like bedridden. Yes, you have plenty of time, but you don't really have the health to make all your dreams come true. Well, I'm pretty sure I've had this conversation with my mom. I said, oh, you know, the new generation is now talking about retiring early, and I think that's fair enough, because when we technically retire, the official retirement age will definitely get delayed. So now it's 65 in Australia, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe when it's our turn, it will be like 70 or 72 or something. But by that time, I don't know, like, are your legs working properly? Are you too heavy to walk around for an hour? Like, how do I travel? I'm not sure. How do I see the world? So I find the older we get, sometimes it's not the money, it's just you don't have time. And then when you actually have time, you don't actually have the energy. Like you can never get all the elements that are required to enjoy life. It's kind of sad. So I guess we got to do something about it. We got to make sure, you know, by the time we retire, we're still healthy, we're still energetic enough to travel, to do hobby, to do whatever that will, you know, make your life colorful. So what you do when you're still young can really make a huge difference later on. I think I'll be really sad if like I finally retire and I'm like, oh, I need to go travel. Oh boy. I can only walk for like 20 minutes at a time. Then yeah. What's the point?
Well, it's not going to happen.
Well, let's hope not.
Because we'll have a mobility scooter.
Jeez.
You're going to zip around.
Sure.
You can honk at people in front of you.
Sure. Oh, really? They have the thing?
Yeah, they have a little... See? Now you sound like you're interested.
No, I'm just surprised because, you know, you never hear it.
You can have your Maccas and a scooter.
Oh, God.
Well.
Don't do that.
Yeah, they've got a little horn. Should I say what I'm stitching, or it's the same thing every time, so...
He only has one project, and it's a pretty cool project.
It's a cool project, but I don't need multiple whips. I've got plenty of miniature whips. I don't need stitchy whips. Beyond this one, the mighty samurai.
I personally think I already don't have enough time, and if you know what JP does all day, you'd be amazed at how he still has time to sit down and stitch.
I just like being occupied.
Sure.
I feel most useless if I've wasted some time on the phone. Which I still somehow do. I still somehow watch too much Facebook in a day.
Me too. New generation will have that problem.
Because I put a timer on that app. And some days I'm so surprised when I reach it. I'm like, I can't have watched half an hour of Facebook today.
Aww.
Rex is having a little dream.
Yep. Sometimes, when you hear the doggies make noise, and they do little woofs, and it just makes our hearts very full. Because you know they feel very content. Oh, I touched the microphone. They feel very content, very safe, and they dare to dream. And we always comment on it when we hear it, like, in the middle of the night. When we're upstairs trying to sleep. And you hear this growl or little wolves or something. It's very cute.
Yeah, they have a lot of different noises that they make in their sleep.
Should I do some white or something? Are you stitching black?
Yep, still... I'm inside his sleeve.
Inside his sleeve?
Yeah, it's the inside. It's the shadows of the sleeve I'm stitching. But it's a big chunk of black, so it's quite fun to just go nuts, go ham. Instead of
I wonder whether you guys want to see like a dual stitching cam.
We'd have to synchronize them. That'd be tricky.
Yeah, somehow. But I mean...
Actually, it wouldn't be that bad because all you have to do on mine, on the other camera, is just mute it because you're not going to use two sounds. So, I mean, I could be slightly out of sync, but it wouldn't notice. It's not like I would point to anything. So I think it's doable.
Yeah, would you guys want to see that?
Dual cam.
Because otherwise we can try it sometimes. Let's do a cream color, I think, just to change it up a bit.
But might need a different camera stand. Investing even more.
I was talking to JP today, like, in terms of how, I don't know, like how many subscribers or how the quote unquote successful our channels are, and how much we've invested in equipments and how many things we've got. It just makes no bloody sense, because we keep buying different stands and doing the microphones and this and that. We do, in, I don't know, just, I guess the mentality is quite different. We do enjoy making the quality of videos better and better. It's very satisfying. Especially like we edit our videos, and you know, like, I don't know about JP's, but for mine, I have to watch the whole thing.
She watches the whole thing.
Yeah, I know.
Finds all the bits which I do not watch the whole thing of mine, unless I'm really paranoid that there's something wrong somewhere.
So like if something's not good, it really annoys me so much. And
in the last video was my whistling nose. I hope my nose is not whistling this time.
let's hope so.
Otherwise I'm in trouble.
Oh, you're in trouble. You're banned from videos.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if something's improved, it's so noticeable. So yeah, I personally find it very satisfying if something is drastically improved. But from a financial point of view, it's quite silly that you invest in something that doesn't really give you that return. But I guess, you know, mentally it helps, because making videos is a hobby. So you make your hobby better, essentially.
Yeah, and you don't... It's not really necessarily about monetizing and getting anything back from your hobby, because most people don't monetize their hobbies at all.
No. And, yeah, like I said, JP's channel, or our old channel, finally got to 1,000, and he now can monetize videos. And in 2 days, he has earned $2, less than $2.50.
Hey, that's a good salary for like the mid-1850s.
Sure, yeah. Which I thought
I'm doing better than a kid in a coal mine.
And, well, I used to think, because, you know, I didn't know how, like, this whole YouTube monetization worked, but through his channel, I kind of saw a snippet of, you know, how you organize everything and how you kind of decide the position of the ads and stuff. If you leave it all to YouTube, they're gonna cram as many ads in as possible, and it's gonna annoy the shit out of you.
Yeah, I mean,
as a viewer.
For anyone watching that may also watch my channel, which I think is very unlikely, but if Steve Hildrew is here watching this right now, the ads that popped up were not, obviously, they're not my fault. I have to go into each video manually and tell it, no, don't put an ad every 2 minutes.
Yeah, because when we went into some of the videos, it could be like a 20-minute video and there were like 10 ads in there. And you just go, what? What made you decide that that's okay?
Yeah, no one's going to enjoy that.
And there is the option to, like, not put, what is it, like
mid-video ads.
Yeah, but I think it's fair enough if you put
if it's a longish video.
Yeah, like in between.
It has to be over 10 minutes. If it's a short video, no way.
But, yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I'm kind of, I don't know, I guess when my channel gets there, I might make some videos about, you know, the YouTube shenanigans. I just don't know whether people will care about it or not. But it could be helpful for some other people that want to start a channel or whatnot.
She's going to bust open the industry.
Bust open. Sure. From a position where I'm not making anything yet. How dare I?
That might be your most successful video yet.
Huh?
Can't predict YouTube.
Well, you sort of can. If you're Mr. Beast.
Yes. Come on. There, threaded. Oh.
I don't even know where I'm going with this color. I'm kind of just going all over the place. And, yeah, I said in my previous video that I was thinking about UFOing the countryside. And I think I'll give it a final shot. Especially, I just had a look at the preview. And where I am now is, well, not the most boring area, but pretty much one of the most boring areas. Because it's so monotonous. And if I finish that bit and go back to the left, like mid-left area, then it's the leaves again, and it could be very pretty.
What's UFOing again? I can't remember.
Unfinished project. Unfinished object.
Ah.
So generally it means you don't want it anymore. You want to dump it.
So you don't want to do it anymore?
I was thinking that. But I will see how I go when I take it out again and give it a final whirl. Because otherwise it's not fair. Because it has been put away for so long, and I am just deciding based on how I felt, you know, so long ago. You gotta make your feelings more updated.
Yeah, but your stitching setup has now changed for this area. Maybe it's better. Because she was in that corner, which you can see in that video. She shows off the corner. Now she is stitching in a part of the room, a bit bigger.
No, it's not about the setup, it's about the project itself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got the projector there, you could watch something.
Oh, yeah, not sure what to say now.
Well, we could call it the end.
Oh, really?
Could. It certainly could.
I was complaining that
She was really complaining.
I complain all the time.
She's like, why do I talk so long?
Yeah, the videos are always so long. I'm just babbling on, or there's a lot of silence. I don't know. Like, personally, from a viewer's point of view, I wouldn't want to watch that.
But you do watch it. You're forced to.
Yeah, I do. Yep. If you sometimes think I'm bitter towards other things, don't worry. I'm even more bitter towards myself. So there's no, like, double standard or anything. Oh, I think that's the end of this bit.
Hopefully you can't hear my stomach.
I'm pretty sure they can.
Well, we can end it here. You'll probably keep stitching, eh?
I think I might stitch a little bit more and then Like I said, it will be like a workout time. And I am hanging out for a decaf. Yummy.
A decaf latte, yes. For those that are not aware, if you have an espresso machine, the ℚ𝕙𝕒𝕥𝕥𝕪 Decaffeinato, I think it's still called that. It's the purple one. Very
Purple
tasty.
one with a dot.
Well, it has to, the dot designates it as decaf.
Yeah.
So you don't get them mixed up, because you don't want to accidentally have a caffeinated drink at like 9 o'clock at night. Unless you're immune to caffeine, in which case, oh, go ham. That's a lot of black.
The Nespresso would taste the same. Doesn't matter where it's sold, right?
It should taste exactly the same.
Because, sorry, no sorry, I heard American coffee sucks. And Canadian coffees.
Yeah, the Canadian coffee's no better. Except that I've happened to find in Toronto at least an alright Melbourne. It was called a Melbourne Cafe.
But I guess if you have an espresso, it can't be that bad.
No, exactly. Which is probably why it's quite successful in America.
So yeah, decaf.
But
Yum.
tell us, what is American coffee like? You've got a few American viewers, don't you?
Yeah.
I'd like to know, what's it like in a diner? Is it just brown, black? Does it taste okay?
Is it just like the richer?
When they put in cream, is it actually cream or is it thickened cream when you say cream in your coffee?
I don't know, because I've seen, you know, one of those like organization videos, and sometimes they order the capsules.
Yeah.
And then there's the particular capsule that's like a creamer. They call it a creamer.
Yeah, I've had creamer before. That's kind of like a preserved cream. Like you can have it in a tin.
Liquid?
Yeah, it's still liquid, yeah. And
So it's
creamy.
almost like, I think they peel the seal off and you just put whatever liquid in there in your coffee. I don't know how it works.
Yeah, see, we've got to, someone disentangle the mystery. What is cream when you're in an American diner and the characters, because that's all we ever see it in, is in movies and series.
Yeah, because all we see is like you
Cream
go
and
to a
sugar.
diner, you're like, okay, can I get a coffee? And then the waitress or waiter just bring the cold drip thing on.
I don't think it's cold drip. I think it's just a pot. It's hot.
Oh,
It's hot coffee.
just that and pour you a cup. And
Cold drip's fancier.
oh, really?
Yeah, cold drip's like a whole apparatus for it.
Okay, so cold drip is not American.
No.
Ah.
I think that's filter coffee is the American.
Anyway, so do you charge by cup or by person? How's it work?
Or is it just free coffee? You just sit down and you have to just make sure you buy food. Or you have to leave a tip. Maybe you just leave a tip. The coffee gives you a tip.
And also, like, is it only in the diner that's like that? Do you have a proper cafe? Is it different? Like, how's it work?
Mysteries.
Please enlighten our, uncivilized folks.
And if you're from other parts of the world, England, how do you have your coffee? I know how the Europeans have their coffee. All the different countries.
I don't know. You don't know them all.
No, well, the good ones.
Oh, maybe one time we can talk about coffee.
Yeah, I think yes, the caffeinated warlord should talk about coffee.
Because, I mean, I guess it's partially because of me that JP can't go crazy on caffeine, but unregulated, he might be one of those twitchy bastards. And just like, yeah, having 5 coffees a day. So yeah, he does love his caffeine. He enjoys coffee very much. JP and his cappuccino.
Yep, cappuccino.
So yeah, maybe next, I don't know, one chatty stitch with me, we can just purely talk about coffee or caffeinated drinks.
And hopefully by then we're informed about American coffee standards.
Yes, it will be quite interesting.
That'll prove if people have watched till the end. Because if you get no one asking about coffee or telling us that we're wrong, because people have strong feelings about coffee. If they listen to this, they will tell us.
Yeah, I think if we actually end up having the coffee chat, it will be a very passionate and interesting conversation, I reckon. But yeah, I think I'll keep stitching. I hope you keep stitching. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. I enjoyed your stitching along with this this video.
It was going all so good until you got to
I
the last bit.
know. I told you.
Blah, blah, blah.
I just can't keep up. I will maybe edit tonight. I don't know. We'll see how we go. And yeah, see you next time. Bye.
Bye.